Hello everyone, listen, welcome back to another episode, and today we are going to tackle the elephant in the room, which is these interest rates. They're going to rise at least 6 more times throughout this year. What can we do to get on top of them? The best thing that you could do, okay, depending on your circumstance, is to get that mortgage paid off as quick as possible. Okay, lock that low interest in and make sure the interest is coming to you instead of to them, and you know what them is. So listen, before we get into this, like, share, and subscribe all over the world. We need people to get this information and get the insights needed so that they can implement a plan to pay off those large loans so that they no longer have to worry about that, and they can start building wealth and then leaving legacy wealth to those that they love. Are you ready for this? I know I am. So let's go ahead. Listen, I know you've been following the housing market, okay? You'll know that interest rates are ultra low and prices are ultra high. Have you noticed that? The truth is, Americans are buying up homes for hundreds of thousands above the asking price, like my sister-in-law, before those homes even hit the market. So you're probably like so eager to get your foot in the door before those interest rates rise. But may I encourage you, not so fast, all right? Even with a low interest rate, your mortgage interest rate will take a massive chunk out of your savings, and those high prices, they only increase that chunk. So remember, the key is to make sure that interest is going towards you instead of towards them, the banks. So if you're wondering how you can pay off your mortgage in as little as 5 to 7 years, or even at most 7 to 10 years, you need to keep watching this video. Less time paying off your mortgage means more money in your pocket, if you know how to make your payments wisely. So let me show you the problem with low interest. So whether you're going to spend $100,000 or $100 million on your mortgage, one thing remains true for any mortgage amount. You're going to pay a lot in interest over the course of your loan term. So let's say you're taking on a 30-year, $350,000 mortgage, okay, which is a security. The near median cost of a home back in 2021. Even with a relatively low 3.25% interest rate, you're going to pay a whopping $141,000, okay, on that. Now, that's not even including the taxes and insurance. So the key to cutting down that interest is cutting down the time you're paying off your debt. So how can you do that in just 7 to 10 years? Watch this. First, you got to set your budget, okay? The key to paying off your mortgage in less time is setting a budget and sticking to it no matter what. Now, of course, we know that that's a little easier said than done. So you'll need to be strict with your spending, and you'll probably need to have some cash saved up, okay? The 28-36 rule is a good place to start. Let's go ahead and show you what that is. 28-36. What that is it's 28% or less of your pre-tax budget should go to housing expenses. That's the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And 36% or less of your pre-tax budget should go to all of your debts, okay? That includes your house payment, your credit cards, your student loans, and your car payments, all right? So remember, please, the 28-36 rule. For example, if you pay $1,500 for your mortgage each month, right? And your monthly income is $5,000, that's 30%. That means you're in good shape budget-wise, all right? Still, though, it's better to be safe than sorry. You never know what life will throw at you, so consider building an emergency fund or keeping some cash tied up in long-term investments in case you need it, all right? Number 2, you're going to go ahead and you're going to set up your timeline. Listen, you got to keep your budget in mind. You'll need to know how much you can reasonably spend, and that's with cash to spare, before you set a timeline. The last thing you need is to go further into bad debt because you tried to pay it off too quickly. Naturally, right? Setting a tight timeline, well, that means making higher payments, doesn't it? Who wants to pay higher payments, all right? Now, do you remember our previous scenario? Yeah, remember that. Let's say you're able to pay it off in 10 years instead of 30. So 10 instead of 30. Your monthly payment is now $3,032, but you'll pay $48,338 in interest instead of $141,526 in interest. Do you get that? Let's go ahead and map it out. 10 years, okay? Your monthly payment, $3,032. That's the monthly payment. But you're gonna pay $48,338 instead of that massive $141,000 and 526. Remember that? So that's less in interest. That's a lot of money staying in your pocket if you can afford that monthly payment. It's a massive monthly payment, isn't it? Now, another option your lender may offer is a bi-weekly payment. So instead of paying once a month, you're gonna pay twice a week, okay? This method, it can shave years off your mortgage, sure, but look out for those extra fees, man. Yeah, paperwork costs. Your lender should never try to charge you extra for switching to a bi-weekly program. So watch out for that, okay? Because perhaps some are gonna try to charge you, but don't let them do it, all right? With your timeline set, we can move on to making some extra money for your mortgage payment. So number 3, increase your income. Listen, I can help with that. All right, just get at me. Make sure you leave a comment below and let me know. We've got the links so you can get in touch with us. So, and we get it. Increasing your income was easy. You wouldn't have to worry about a mortgage. But if you're looking to shave years and tens of thousands of dollars off your mortgage, it might be time to look into a side hustle, okay? There's the basic stuff. Having a yard sale, garage sale, do they have those anywhere? Selling off the possessions you don't need, but that's not a steady second gig, right? So consider working with us, right? Driving for Uber or Lyft, right? Using your skills, and you do have skills, to freelance. Maybe you're a freelance writer, okay? WR, walking dogs, that's a pretty lucrative business. Or even working from home at a part-time job. Right? These are just some of the general ideas, all right, of increasing your income. So the point is using those skills to make some of that extra money in the short term, and that can actually help you save big in the long term. And number 4, reduce your spending. Absolutely. Reduce your spending. What are the destructive expenses? Remember we went over that in another video? What are those destructive expenses that you can just cut out, right? Like increasing your income, right? There are plenty of ways to reduce your daily spending, and it's up to you to be creative with it, all right? So let me give you just a few options for cutting back on your spending. What about this? Instead of buying something that's broken, is it fixable? Is it repairable? You'll be surprised how much you save on buying new clothes, appliances, electronics, etc. if you learn how to fix them yourself. Now with the electronics, be careful with that, all right? You may want to buy one. Don't go out to eat as much. Okay, this could save you hundreds of dollars each month, even if you still go out once or twice a week. Perhaps you can set a grocery budget, okay? It's absolutely easy to overspend. Okay, especially when you're not looking and not tracking, all right? You can actually reduce your credit card spending. Credit cards are an easy way to waste a lot of money, isn't it? Stick to your debit card if you have to. Stash your credit card and remove that automatic card info from your favorite online stores, and you'll be glad you did, all right? And number 5, listen, enjoy a debt-free future, all right? Picture this. You've carefully followed all the steps we mentioned earlier. You set your budget and your timeline, and you save and spend wisely. And you micromanage that budget for hours every single day. It sounds pretty good, right? Absolutely. Of course not. Of course not. Okay? The truth is you can pay off $350,000 on your own, but it's going to take a lot of time, okay? And basically a lot of money, as we went over. So you'll have to track your expenses, your bills, your payments, and you'll need to update those amounts constantly to keep up. And this is just to keep up with your mortgage payments. Folks, so let me ask you a question. What if there was a program that could do all of that for you? As a matter of fact, there is. You know what it's called? Your Personal Accountant 20. You see, the Money Max account is like having a personal accountant working for you around the clock, 24 hours, 7 days a week. It's more like a team of accountants, actually, working 24/7, 365 to pay off every single outstanding debt you owe. That's the value of the Money Max account. You don't have to think about your budget every hour of every day. It does the thinking for you. You input your expenses, okay, your payments, your debts, and the advanced banking software that's behind the Money Max that takes care of the rest. It really does. Okay, and it utilizes the velocity banking method within the software to take care of all that. Now, what's the best part of this? Money Max can help you pay off your debts in as little as 7 to 10 years without the guesswork of doing it on your own. Now, that's not to mention, you don't have to make any changes to your current lifestyle. Huh? No Dave beans and rice diet. Are you still not convinced? Listen, you'll be glad to learn the Money Max account has already helped homeowners nationwide eliminate $2 billion in debt payments. So please, 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 don't spend another day worrying and fretting and biting your fingernails, right? Don't spend another day worrying about debt, because with the Money Max account, going to work for you, a debt-free future is right in front of you. Now, all that's left to do is take it. If you have questions, we've got answers, all right? Visit us. Let me know in the comments below. Visit us at our homepage to learn more about this extraordinary program, or contact me now to get started. The link is in the description below. Man, I'll be glad to go ahead and welcome you aboard to the Money Max account. Folks, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We want you to have a financially free future, especially in this time. God bless, and you guys have a good one.